You know that expression, when pigs fly? Well, oink, oink. Ah! Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, Anglophile, royal watcher, and a moment I wasn't sure we would get to, but I had always been hoping for, is here. Meghan Markle has extended an olive branch to her father. As you may know, Thomas Markle and the Duchess of Montecito have been estranged for many years. She's also estranged from many other family members as well, but that's not the point of this video. Thomas Markle started blabbing to the media a bit too much before her marriage to Prince Harold, and we know the rest. Well, unfortunately, her father just had emergency surgery and had to amputate his foot and part of his leg. As my other fellow royal watchers might remember, Thomas Markle used to live in Mexico for many years, but then, not that long ago, he moved to the Philippines, where it's much cheaper to live. And his son, Thomas Markle Jr., moved with Dad to the Philippines earlier this year. Thomas Markle Jr. explained in a new interview what happened with his father's health and how quickly things escalated. Markle Jr. says, "My dad is being very brave. His foot turned blue and then black. It happened very quickly. I took him to a local hospital and they did some scans and an ultrasound and said the leg had to be amputated." Thomas Sr. was then rushed to a much larger hospital in Cebu. And it turned out that he had a blood clot that cut off circulation and turned the limb necrotic. Surgeons took him into the operating room without delay, performing a 3-hour procedure that his son says was unavoidable. Thomas Jr. explains, quote, "There was no option. I was told the leg had to be removed, and it was a case of life or death." Markle Sr. is still in the hospital, recovering, and is in the ICU, but is said to be in stable condition, though far from out of danger. The next few days will determine not only how well he heals from the amputation, but whether he can avoid further complications like infection or sepsis. Thomas Jr. described the grim warnings they received from the medical team. Quote, "One of his doctors said the next 2 or 3 days are critical. His left leg has been removed below the knee." Whoa. They were worried about infection setting in, sepsis or gangrene. The flesh was black and dying. There was no option given. It was either we have to operate now and remove the leg, or he may die. It was a life-threatening situation. One of Thomas Sr.'s doctors explains, quote, "The wound is healing, but the next 24 to 72 hours are critical. We need to make sure the wound heals and does not become infected. At the moment, he is in stable condition and doing well, but at his age, that could change quickly." Meghan's father is 81 years old. Meghan's brother says, "Dad has a long road ahead. This was a major operation, but he needed it to save his life. I would ask everyone to keep him in their thoughts. He is a brave and tough man. I would appeal to Meghan to show him compassion at this very difficult time." And it seems like his sister has done just that. And this is not according to sources. A rep for Meghan Markle released a statement that says, quote, "I can confirm she has reached out to her father." That's very carefully worded. That doesn't mean that she and her dad have spoken, but like I said at the beginning, she has extended an olive branch, and I think that is a good thing. Especially because by all accounts, they had a good relationship before he effed things up. But parents are human too. We make mistakes. Hopefully this life or death situation is the beginning of a real reconciliation. All right, my fam, thoughts? Let's discuss everything in the comments section.